It's week 1 of the National Football League, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Saints and the Hawks, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
It's a stadium known for its design, its noise, and a fan base so passionate. Brock, you know this firsthand. They've retired a jersey number for them. Welcome, everybody, to Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Well, Brock, we saw week 1 begin on Thursday night, and now 2 more teams get their season started here on Sunday. He's Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott, and it is very important, partner, for both teams here that their seasons begin on a strong note.
Yeah, this is the week where I really can't take myself back to that locker room, to week 1 across the different seasons. And whether it was high school or college or pro, it was the same feeling. Right? It was hope springs eternal. Even though it's the fall and the calendar's turned and it's week 1, you're so hopeful of what lies ahead.
Michael Dixon with the honor of getting us started. And we're underway from Seattle. This return starts at the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So the Saints offense taking over for the first time here. And leading the charge, this second-round rookie making his first NFL start.
Being drafted in the second round, that put an extra-sized chip on his shoulder. He had 31 other teams in the NFL to prove wrong from that day on. And he's fought his way into the starting role for his first career game. He started what he expects to be a stellar career.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. And he's brought down for a loss. Well, as we look here, Brock, we're reminded that if you can somehow get through the preseason injury-free, you're really one of the lucky ones. Most teams going to be missing at least a key player or 2 to start the season.
And it's going to happen between workouts, practices, preseason games, and I know there's a lot of debate about the off seasons of today and getting your team healthy for week 1. And while we don't ever want to see them, we do know this. They'll create immediate opportunities for someone else to step in and make an impact on the season no one saw coming.
Well, no look on his first look of the game. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. We get a look now, Brock, at their picks from this year's draft, a group that they've been more than willing to say they are very excited about bringing in.
Well, lots of folks on the media side, and frankly, other NFL front offices, Kate, have talked about the steals in this class. Some guys who should have gone much, much earlier than where they ended up going. This is a group that, if everything works out, could provide a lot more value than the picks that were spent on them.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. He picks up 28 on the play. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Running behind center with Kamara. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 42. A quick throw swatted away, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Here's a throw. That's complete to Kamara. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a not hitting as much in training camp. You're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days. When you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. And the QB keeps it on the sneak. And he's touched as they pick up that first down on 4th.
4th and 1, why not turn it into a battle up front? You think you got the bigger, badder dudes on the line? Well, they just proved it. No thinking, just doing.
Great opening drive continues. 1st and 10 at the 33. They kick the running back in motion. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the second level. Well, someone from the second level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. That's caught by Chris Olave. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
The drive picks up here. 1st and 10. Receiver gets it on the handoff. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. Adds just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
They'll come to the line here. 2nd and 9. Running right, it's Kamara. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Oh, and they're going to have the fullback trying power for it. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is why it's so important not to overcommit to the team's lead runner. It went to a secondary ball carrier, and they cut him down for a big red zone stop.
On fourth down, out comes the Saints field goal team and Blake Groupie. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Mickey kick is good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Reed now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. So out come the Seahawks for their first offensive possession. And in his 8th season as a QB, he's the one to lead them out.
Kid, I really think this is one of those moments where every starting quarterback in the opener, right? Week 1, all has a sense of gratitude. All has a smile on their face. You're one of 32 guys on the planet that get to start an NFL season, and you want to make the most of that chance.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll run. First give to Zach Charbonnet. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. That play wrapped up by Demario Davis. Well, not what you like to see. Still just in the opening quarter of the season. And they have an injured player out there. Let's hope it's nothing major as he gets looked at. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Darnold now to throw. That's caught. Here's Zach Charbonnet. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. That one ends up a gain of 6. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
He has all day back there. No one open, so he chucks this to another county.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
2nd and 10 now. That's a catch. Jackson Smith-Njigba. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. A give, left side to Charbonnet. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets him around 6 there. Alontae Taylor making the stop. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
On 2nd down, a run with Charbonnet. Down to the 10. With some fancy footwork there for the touchdown. The Seahawks finish off their opening drive. Zach Charbonnet with the touchdown. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
That one right down the middle. And the Seahawks won up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. is Dixon to kick this one away. Valus Jones now on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. This New Orleans offense readied up for its second drive of the contest. Their first drive of the new campaign netted a field goal. Now let's see if they can bump that up to a touchdown on drive number 2. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Counter give to Kamara. The ball's out. The ball's out. He lost it. And the Seahawks pick it up. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. Wow, oh wow. He sent his offense out twice now, and both times they fumbled it away. I'm not sure who's more aggravated, the dudes down there or the dude next to me up here.
Well, I'm aggravated, but I know the guy on the field wants to put the offense in the doghouse, like all of them right now. This can't happen in the NFL, Kate. And a lot of guys out there, they got to be looking to one another. Hold each other accountable to hold on to the ball.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing now, following the turnover. Connection made to Smith and Jigba. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. With 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Straight ahead with Charbonnet. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Charbonnet now up the middle. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Charbonnet with the catch. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Myers' kick is good. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with a touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints and running back Alvin Kamara trotting back out to the field. They gave one away on their first drive of the season. Now it's time to get one back with a touchdown on drive number 2. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing now, off play action. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. He'll look to throw. This is reeled in by Kamara. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Brought down on the play by Uchenna Nwosu. We're through one quarter of this opening weekend of football. Neither side separating much so far. More from Lumen Field in just a minute. We're back for the second quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They have it on 3rd and 9. Now they'll throw out of the gun. He's on the move. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. No luck finding his receiver that time. They're staring at 4th and long. Here comes the Saints punting unit. He has it at the 22. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Seahawks and Zach Charbonnet ready for another go on offense. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here. They've got first down from the 31. Throwing off the play fake here. This is complete to Charbonnet. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable. And creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They go play action here. Cup on the catch. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45. A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
On first down, this is Charbonnet. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. To throw, here's Darnold. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Third down from the gun. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
4th down punt from the Seahawks, and that means we're going to see Michael Dixon head on to send it skyward. Here's a high kick, hit very well. The New Orleans offense set to go now. Their first drive of the season, an uneventful one, led to a punt, so they'll try to get some new season magic going here on their second drive. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They're going play action. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Kamara now on 1st and 10. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
Second and 6 coming up here. From the 39. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure. Incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Back to throw. Getting Olave on the slant. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
To the air now on 1st and 10. This finds Moreau. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
In motion right is Cooks. They give on 2nd to Kamara. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic. I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
The Hawks dialing up the nickel D here, 3rd down. The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. Penalty not helping their cause for this 3rd down. They'll try and throw it here. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time. that brings up 4th and long. On now comes their punter. And this will be his second effort of the contest. Went for 48 with his first kick, and this one looks even better. The Seahawks returning their offense and this running back to the field. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They didn't add to their lead last time out, so they punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Darnold dumps it off to his running back. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Darnold looking to throw. He's throwing deep to the left side. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
Michael Dixon on to punt. First punt win 45 yards. This looks considerably further. Has it at the 37. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And the Saints. Take over. New set of downs for him at the 38. Here's a give inside to Kamara. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of this. Oye Mafe bringing that play to a halt. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Pass play coming here. Gets this to Johnson. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Here's a give, fullback headed up the gut. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
Okay, the fullback that gets you the hard yards. It gets you those first downs on 3rd down. Not too much different than that 3 wood in my golf bag. Just something trusty about it when I really need it.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. On the give, it's Miller. And it took a couple of guys to hold him down there after a gain of just 1.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Running once more with Miller. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. From midfield now. He lofts it deep left. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tried getting it to Chris Olave. So that brings up 4th and long.
That was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. The Seahawks and this running back headed back out for a new series. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. And it'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. Give him 5 on that carry, bring it up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Chase Young bringing him down there. It's a gain of 5, and he's just short, so that's 3rd and less than a yard.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Here's Darnold to throw. That's caught for the 1st. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Throwing here, Darnold. Short pass brought in. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Working quickly here. Now Darnold. Finds a seam down the middle. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Completed to his running back. And he's out of bounds right at that 25-yard line.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. And it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
From the 25 on second down. And he's there to send that one away incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. But still plenty of options left on 3rd and short.
Well, QB put it pretty close to the sideline to begin with, and the defender, look at him, just put his little hand right out there. It just encouraged it to fall out of bounds.
Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're 1st and 3. All right, set now, 1st and 10. Darnold now to throw. Charbonnet with the catch. And he takes this one down to the 10 before hitting that sideline.
It is so hard for these defenses. I don't envy them at all to try to monitor where these running backs are. Are they chipping? Are they delaying their route? He's such an underrated part of their overall passing game.
Still sticking with the passing game. Dumped off to his running back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Now Seattle going to call its 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Shotgun now on 3rd down. Dump off caught by his back. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
Jason Myers out there now to try a field goal for the Seahawks on 4th down. The Saints calling for a timeout, so they're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. So close to the end zone, but with time winding down, they're going to try for the field goal. A very short kick here from the right hash. Myers' kick is good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. He'll throw it. Now to his wideout, it's a screen. And he reaches the 35 before going out.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Here comes the final play of our first half. This time, they'll keep it on the ground. That brings us to our first halftime of the new season. Now from the extreme northwest to the extreme southeast, we're going to head down to Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report with our buddy, Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon. Both these teams ready for the fight ahead. We're ready to get back to it as well. And to do just that, we'll hand it back over to Kate and Brock. These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. Starting from the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Seahawks sending their offense out to begin the third quarter. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. The drive will start with a run by Charbonnet. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Another carry for Charbonnet. And he'll take this up to about the 34 before he stopped. It'll be a gain of 5. They still need 4 on 3rd down.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Intended target there was Jackson Smith and Jigba. And 4th and 4 coming up.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Fields this at the 19. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And it'll be their football. New Orleans back on offense and ready to go now. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Here's 2nd and 7. That's into the hands of Moreau. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Oh, love this. He gets another one. Keep feeding that fullback, baby. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Hey, I'll be honest with you, Kate. They say that football is cyclical. Well, I sure hope we see the fullback come back. There's just something about that guy. Something about that position. And he just showed you right there, going to get you a 1st down. They can be difference makers, too.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Dropping back to throw. Caught it deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. And that play backfired. He's brought down way behind the line.
Well, I think you know the only thing redeeming about that play, Kate.
They got the ball back.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, they got the ball back, but a whole lot longer down in distance.
need some chunk yardage here on second down. Another try following the sack. That's complete to Kamara. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
You know, as any quarterback is going to tell you, that's one of the most difficult things to do, knowing you're going to get blasted. That defender's coming right at you, but you got to throw an accurate ball. It does two things. Number one, it strikes fear in the defense, and number two, you gain respect of your teammates.
And the Seahawks with a dime look defensively, third down. Back now, pressure on its way. Fits it through the middle. He's still going at the 30. Down to the 10. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've field and the tone of this drive.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. Kamara is in. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints start the second half with some needed points. Alvin Kamara, the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Blake Grupe to try the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Saints cut it to a field goal game. Ball is set up and it's away. Just a three-point game now. This return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. The home teams back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. That last touchdown cuts their lead from 10 to 3, but a chance to restore it right here. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Out of the gun, a give to Charbonnet. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. To throw, here's Darnold. Finds Smith and Jigba. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Here's Darnold. Gets this one to Charbonnet. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Here's the lone back on the handoff. Juke the defender. And he'll work a little room down to the 29. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Dumps it off to his running back. And he drives this forward to the 6.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is the completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers. That time, running back in the flat.
On 2nd down, a run with Charbonnet. And they take it across the goal line. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks making a 9-point advantage. Zach Charbonnet with the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Myers to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Seahawks make it a 10-point ball game. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. This offense running out for a new series, led by their running back. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They gotta give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
They run it from the gun with Kamara. And he's gonna bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. They send one of the tight ends in motion right. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Able to get it to Moreau. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second down now, 7 to go. Kamara running out of the gun. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Mafe bringing that play to a halt. No gain on the play. Seven.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Putting a receiver in motion. Throwing on 3rd and long. This finds Moreau. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Running behind center with Kamara. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 34. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away, incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. So it'll be 3rd down.
When a defender can get his hands on a pass and knock it away in any way, that's usually good things for the defense.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Pass play now. Throwing the out route complete. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. This game has already been a good one for him, Brock. And hey, there's still time. He could add on even more.
And you just feel his aggressive mindset all game long. As long as there's time left, he's going to want to keep on firing and turn a good performance into a great one.
We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's the Saints ball. They're down on the scoreboard, but things not out of hand yet. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Back to throw now. This finds Cooks, complete. And he's able to get this down to the 13. It appears all that prep work and studying that you quarterbacks love to do in the build-up to the game, Brock, it has certainly paid off. This guy has picked apart this defense much of the contest.
This is one of those games you appreciate. There's going to be peaks, there's going to be valleys, there's going to be mountaintops. Just like pitchers don't have all their stuff every time out, well, when you do and you're electric, it's sure fun to play.
From the gun, a give to Miller. And he can't find a lane before being wrapped up at the line. Nothing for them on 2nd down, and now it's 3rd and 1.
You want to see the term read and react to the little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Here's a give to Kamara. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Four downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. They'll run with Kamara. In the middle holes. They don't get anything on the run. No gain that time. And second and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
Throwing now off play action. He rolls to his right. And he will score. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints make it a 4-point game here in the fourth. Chris Olave with the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
And it's no good, so they get it back within one score at least, but can't make it a field goal game. That deficit's still 4 points. Probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. This offense headed out as we get a look at their running back. And I think we can agree the plan to keep him out of the end zone, it hasn't quite worked so well for this defense, at least not yet. He scored twice, really been the one his group can turn to for a spark or a big play when they've needed it. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. From the gun, Charbonnet gets it. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. They get 18 yards out of it, and a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Option play. Here's a give to Charbonnet. And he gets across midfield and into Saints territory. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Again, it's Charbonnet. And in a rarity today, he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 7.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
He finds his running back. Nice work, complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. The result they needed, enough to keep this drive moving.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. They send him left out of the slot. Now Darnold. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. No luck connecting with Jackson Smith and Jigba. So it's second down coming up. On the counter, it's Charbonnet. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on third down.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on third down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down. Looking for the back that time. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and third downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Got all of it, and this is good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a one-score ball game.
Kate, it's 3 more on the scoreboard, but both sides really know it's all about one possession here in the fourth quarter when it really matters.
And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. The Saints come marching onto the field. They're 1 for 1 so far to begin the new NFL season. Touchdown on their opening drive. Let's see if they have 2 for 2 in them. First and 10 now from the 30. Now a shotgun hit. Oh, he loses the football. And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Well, you don't like to see the fumble, but hey, at least they were able to be the ones to recover it, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and I think the key there was to stay calm through the chaos. Cooler heads prevailed and got him the ball back.
They send a receiver in motion right. 2nd and 8. He's got Shaheed. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Running right, it's Kamara. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Second and 10 now. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. At that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. That one hits at the 6, but can't check up. It gets into the end zone for a touchback. the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They go play action here. He puts some power on a deep one left. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
You know, ball... Just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
Straight ahead with Charbonnet. And he found some running room for a nice gain. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
They bring on the punt team, and they get this kick away. Starts his return from the 23. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That punt goes 63 yards. And it's going to be their football coming up. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's a give, fullback headed up the gut. And he finally ends up out of bounds after a huge gain. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down.
Fullback University and all the alumni, they're doing backflips right now. They used to have big old neck rolls to distinguish themselves. Not anymore. Now they're athletes, and they can show you every once in a while they'll hit a home run too.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. To throw it on 1st down. Catch made by Cooks. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
On the give, it's Miller. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, kid. I know you do. And this one was about real power. He got the rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run and a great try at that 1st down.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Here's a give inside to Kamara. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. A gain of 3, and now they're going to be able to plan for 1st and goal.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
Fullback trying to power it across. And he's in for the touchdown. The Saints now trailed by just a point in the 4th. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a 1-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
On for the PAT, and a make would tie us up late. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the fourth. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Seattle offense eager to get back on the field. They were only on the field for 3 plays there. Brock, let's see what changes they make to take over here. This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning. The drive will start with a run by Charbonnet. And he's going to be blocked out at the 42. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Back to throw. They left him wide open. It's complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. The Saints calling for a timeout, their first. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. On 1st down, this is Charbonnet. And he's going to run this one well into the red zone to the 14. We have a timeout here. 2nd one taken by New Orleans. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. The Saints call their 3rd and final timeout. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. They're all set up for the game winner. Let's see how they approach it, starting with this 1st and goal. Another carry for Charbonnet. Reaches the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks have taken the lead late. Zach Charbonnet with the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. So how about the determination there? This game has been as hard fought as you will see. But they grab hold of the lead here with a late touchdown that may just win them the ball game.
You could almost feel them saying, Kate, we don't want overtime. Let's go out and get it done now. They accomplished their goal. But you do have to ask the question, do they leave too much time on the clock? Stay tuned.
Returning it from the 4. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Saints ready to return their offense to the field. Still time to go, Brock, but that touchdown has them down now 7. They've got to find the end zone here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Trying to push it deep downfield. Trying to connect, but it winds up incomplete. Nearly an interception on that play, and it's going to be 2nd down.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
This is reeled in by Kamara. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
The time is there, but the timeouts are not. You've got to be smart. It's 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time. Along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. He'll look to throw it. That's going to be caught by Cooks. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. They'll throw it again. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Defense doubled him, knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. A bit surprising. Quarterback still threw in that direction with how well that defense had that play covered.
Still sticking with the passing game. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Seahawks pick it up! And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a first down on second down. You're trying to create a manageable third down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do, ever, is give the ball away. And that's what the offense does to the defense right there.
No timeouts remaining here, partner, so they can just run out this clock. They take a knee, and their season has begun exactly how they wanted it to, with a win. So several thousand 12th men and women cheering as the Seahawks win at home. And they're one of the fortunate teams to begin the season with a 1-0 record. So far, so good to begin this new campaign. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Seahawks winners as we say so long from Seattle.